Welcome back to my channel. I am Luxuriously Layla, and as you can see from the title of the video, I am going to be talking about how you should get out of the victim mindset if that is where you are. But if not, you can still continue watching this video or listening to it if that's just what you want to do. And subscribe to my channel. I know you're gonna love this video. So subscribe and like this video. Okay, get out of the victim mindset. The victim mindset it incorporates a lot of things. One of them is blaming others instead of blaming yourself if you were at fault for something. A second thing is thinking that you don't have control over what happens to you, or that bad things just happen to you and you can't do anything about it. Or you can, but it's not really going to make a difference. Another thing about having a victim mindset is basically being in the past and not being able to move forward. Anyway, basically being in the past and not being able to move forward with life because you're in the past. So, where could we start? Let's start with talking about being in the past. With the victim mindset, you're thinking about how someone did you wrong or something happened to you that you feel that is the cause for everything else that is like negative that has happened in your life, and that you can't move forward from it even if you tried. It could be a lot of things. It could be one person, it could be a group of people, it could be a specific situation that happened to you. And I think in one way it could be the cause of other factors. However, everyone has their own struggles and challenges, and I know it may not be like encouraging to be like, oh, forget about your problem, because other people have problems as well. But I think it's a bit, I don't know, like a warm feeling to realize that everyone has some type of challenge that they have experienced, and knowing that you're not alone in what you're going through or what you have gone through. And then also realizing that you shouldn't let what happened or what is happening shift your perspective on life and your perspective on what could be in your life. And I think with the victim mindset, when you're in the past, you may think that your future is dim, or that nothing or hardly anything will be positive after because of what may have happened or who had caused it. But you have to think of it as, yes, this happened or this person did this, which is like the negative aspect. But you can't think of it as, oh, in the future as well, I'm also going to have negativity and it's just going to be bad all around. At that point, you have to have some type of positive reinforcement, some type of vision board or imagination that things can get better and that things will get better. I like to think of it as like a staircase, and life is like a staircase. You may start, well, I think everyone would start on the, unless you're like privileged, or well, you could just think of yourself as privileged if you want to put in like positive affirmations and things like that. But anyway, I like to imagine myself as like I'm on the staircase, and anything past like high school, middle school, elementary, all those years, those that's where I was on like the bottom of the staircase. Not that I was like low in terms of like my lowest point, but just to show that there's more to come to life, and everything else, like where I am now as I'm in college, that would be like the second step, or the upcoming steps or whatever. And then past, like at the top of the staircase, it's just endless possibilities, or my imagination of what I want it to be like, or that it could be like. And it may be helpful to think of your life as a staircase and not as a cliff. Ooh, is that a good analogy? Anyway, okay, if you were to think of life as a cliff, life would be like you climb up the cliff, but it would be hard to climb down. You would just fall. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm just thinking at the top of my head. But anyway, think of life as a staircase, or some type of stepping stool, or where you've experienced something that was negative, but that's not the end of it, because things can be better, basically. And I know that it may not seem at the time that things can be better, but what helps is surrounding yourself with people who don't have a victim mindset. This is why your environment is important. So have yourself around people who are positive, who think of life as something joyous and uplifting, that life is great. I mean, life has its challenges, but these type of people, they will acknowledge the difficulties, but they will also embrace the beauty and the happiness aspect of it as well, and not just dwelling solely on the bad. A second aspect of having a victim mindset would also be blaming others. The thing about blaming others is that it takes away from you taking accountability. I know in situations where it could be like two people, both parties could be at fault for something, even if it's minor, and typically no one is completely out of the blame circle or whatever it is. But that's just to say that people make mistakes, even if they don't intentionally make a mistake, they made some type of mistake, which is often why you should learn how to basically understand yourself, understand your habits, who you are, how you like do certain things, and your reason behind why you do certain things. And I'm getting distracted with anyway, I will not get distracted. I will continue with this video. Okay. So, blaming others. Don't blame others. If you're going to blame someone, blame yourself for allowing yourself to, isn't that blaming the victim? I don't know. But my take on it is that you just gotta move forward, okay? If there is something that happened and you want to blame someone, just, if you want to blame them, then go ahead, but also acknowledge your faults in the matter. and then try to forget about the situation. Just move forward with your life, because I think I said this in a previous video, where like most people, they're just concerned about themselves, and you're probably mostly concerned about yourself as well. And all this energy that you have trying to blame someone else, they're most likely not even thinking about you. At the end of the day, they're probably thinking about what their plans are for the day, what they plan to eat, where they plan to go, who they plan to meet, things like that. They are not thinking about what they did to you or how you reacted or whatever. So I know it's kind of like sad to be like, get over it, and it may not be comforting, but I think the truth would be more comforting than being lied to. And I rather just tell you that people aren't, I know, yeah, I know it's like, oh, people should care, and you would expect a lot of people to care about how you react and how you feel about certain things. But I think maturing is realizing that a lot of people don't have your best interest at heart, and a lot of people will make mistakes and hurt you, but you shouldn't dwell on what someone had did and just change your environment and change, like, not having those type of people around and having people that you have decided through your intuition, your discernment, that they are good people to be around. So surround yourself with a good environment and basically get good results. And this good result will be living and thriving in a life where the future looks bright and hopeful. I think the third thing about having a victim mindset was taking control, or not thinking that you have control. So let's talk about that, even though you're not really responding and I'm just talking. But anyway, having a victim mindset in which you don't think you have control over the bad things, or just having control in general. I think everyone wants some type of control in their life, and control comes through freedom. Freedom is connected to things like money, time, energy, your youth, or basically your physique. Like if you have, like, you know what I mean. Basically, yeah, freedom. So when you have my voice, oh my god. When you have freedom, you have the time, energy, and the resources to basically have security, have financial stability. All of these things can basically protect yourself and have some type of control over what happens to you and what you don't want to happen to you. And when someone thinks that they don't have control, then it oftentimes leads them to think that no matter what, or that things don't matter, and that what they do doesn't matter, because regardless it will have the same result. And I think it's important not to think that way, because that makes it seem like no matter what, you'll be in the same place where you are now. And that will only be true if you allow it to be true. If you think, and the mind has such The mind is more powerful than we can possibly comprehend of how powerful it is. But if you think that you will stay in the same place for the rest of your life, this could be from a physical standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, a mental standpoint, all types of factors and standpoints. But basically, if you think that you will be in the same place where you are, you will. Because what you put out, what you believe, your thoughts, those thoughts turn into your words, and your words turns into your actions turns into your character turns into your destiny. Whatever that quote is, it's true. And if you think the opposite, that where I am now is not going to be where I am in the future, that means that you have a growth mindset instead of a victim mindset. And with having a victim mindset, it's not productive towards where you are currently and where you may want to go in the future. And having a victim mindset is keeping you not just in the past, but it's keeping you from growing and becoming the person that you want to be. If you think that you want better, but with your mindset not wanting better, the physical aspect is not going to get better either. So, why is a growth mindset even important? It's because as people, as living matter, like plants, animals, humans, all of us we grow. We start small and then we grow, we get better, we get stronger, we get smarter, we get more into who we are, who we could be, who we want to be. And it's better to be in the positive aspect than the negative aspect. It's better to do better than to do worse. It's better to be on the good side of things instead of the bad side of things. Because feeling good, being good and like feeling good, and that's better than feeling bad and feeling worse. It's better to be rewarded than to be punished for something that you could have got rewarded for if you just put in the effort or whatever. What do I want to say now about the victim mindset? Why is the victim mindset, or understanding the victim mindset, even important? I would say that it's important because when you ask a question but it's taking you a while to answer. Anyway, I would say it's important because it gives you space to grow. And I know throughout this whole video I've been basically talking about growth, but you're literally supposed to be better than how you were yesterday, how you were a month ago, a year ago, a decade ago. And in society, at least in America, we typically make it seem like, oh, in your 20s, it's okay if you make mistakes and you do dumb, immature things, but you literally don't know how much time you have, and it's important not to waste time. And having a growth mindset is realizing that yes, you shouldn't waste time. You should make use of your time. But also, with that time that you're given, you should be growing every day. Even if it's one good habit, it's better than no good habit. And just having that intention, having that drive to do better, even just a little bit every day, that's going to lead to an end result of you becoming the best version of yourself, the best version of who you want to be, who you envisioned becoming. And to that, that is the end of this video. I hope you learned something. I hope this helped you in some way. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and like the video. I know you like the video because I just give such wonderful tips and things about life or whatever. But anyway, thank you for watching.